Foam rolling. I want to introduce you to your best friend. Don't let any of your dogs hear that. Foam rolling is one of the most amazing gifts that you can give to yourself. When your muscles get tight, when your muscles have so much tension in them and you start to feel things in your low back, you start to feel things, you start to get sciatica. We want to release the fascia, that tissue that's wrapped around your muscle. We want to release it. And one phenomenal way to do it is to foam roll. And so many people don't know about it. So I just want to give you some information on something that I'm super passionate about. This is my quick version of a full body foam roll. And I'm going to tell you how long I'd like you to stay on each muscle. And I'm just kind of giving you the general idea of how to foam your entire body. It's excellent to do when you're warm, after a workout, maybe after a shower, after a run. So the first thing that I like to do is get on my foam roller, and I usually start on my side on the IT band, so the whole length of that muscle, that long sheath muscle that runs down the side of your leg. And what I'm doing is I'm moving a little bit side to side, and I'm searching for some tender parts. So you'll know when you find something, when you feel something that's a little tender, and then once you get on that tender spot, I want you to kind of stay there and massage into it. So this is self-massage, and we're just trying to release the muscles that are tight. We're just trying to give them a little bit of love. So I'm going right before I get to my knee. You want to be on the outside of the knee. That's a real sensitive spot. But you're just getting deep into the tissue. And once I finish that whole side where I'm coming all the way up into the hip, and you can even go a little bit side to side here and start to hit the glutes as well. Then I come on up and I cross that leg that I'm sitting on so that my glute can get deeper into the foam roller. And then that's when you can really come up here and start to go deeper inside the tissue. And sometimes when you start to foam roll and you've never done it before, it can definitely be pretty painful. So take it easy, take it slow. There are different colors and different density of foam rollers. You can start off with a white foam roller. If you've never done it before, you can move up to a blue one, and then black is pretty much the strongest. And then we'll get into some fun foam rollers that are plastic and they have nubs on them, and those are for crazy athletes or people who really have such tight muscle that they can't get deep enough with this black foam roller. So once I've gone onto the upper part of my glute here, then I'm going to support my head with my left hand, and I'm going to reach that arm out, and I'm going to start to get up into the shoulders and underneath the shoulder blades and onto the lat. And again, I'm just really searching for some parts that feel tender. So when you go in to get a professional massage, usually the masseuse will ask you, do you have any places that have been bothering you? Do you have any spots that are more sore than others? And so you can do the same thing with this foam roller. If you know that you've been having really tight upper back, then you'll get in there and you'll stay there a little bit longer, or even a lot longer. And then what I like to do is I like to get it right on the neck area where my neck feels comfortable, and then really slow, I have a little bit of pressure, and I'm just turning my head nice and easy side to side, and it just feels really good to just release. I mean, we're on cell phones all day long. We weren't really meant to have our head be down like that, face down into a cell phone all day long. Our bodies weren't designed to do that. So the neck can get really tight, or computers, we're hunched over on computers. So then I like to get right up underneath my back, underneath my low back. And you can support your neck with one hand, and then use the strength of your stomach muscles to support the rest. And I'm just going the length of the back, and nice and slow, just letting it feel good. And then what I like to do is I will bring my low back onto the foam roller, and I'll hold on to the sides of it. So you want to make sure that it's in a place that feels comfortable. And what I like to do is I like to then cross one leg over and just find a little side to side motion. And foam rolling is really personal, so you need to figure out what feels good, what feels right for your body. What I'm doing may not necessarily be what feels exactly great for you, but you'll get a feel for it once you get on the foam roller. And I promise you that if you're dedicated to doing it 2 weeks, if you do it pretty much every other day for 2 weeks, you will start to look for your foam roller when you come home rather than run from it. And then I would do all of that again on the other side. For your quads, you can come onto the foam roller just at the end of your knees. You come on your forearms. So this is usually everyone's favorite muscle to foam because there's not a lot of pain there unless you really did some serious leg work, some serious leg training, or if you were running a long distance. It just feels good. So I usually just foam back and forth, I'll bend the knees, straighten the legs. And that's pretty simple foaming for the quads. I'll get in trigger point quad release in another video. And then we're gonna get into the calves and the soleus. So we're just gonna kind of get right on that gastroc. So that's the meaty part of your calf muscle. And depending on what you've been doing, this can feel great, or it can be a little uncomfortable or a lot uncomfortable. So I suggest that maybe you start off with 1 foot on the floor, and then you can foam that calf muscle that way. If you need a little more intensity, here's where you can add the weight. And it's nice to you want to go side to side and really hit each part of it. And then I like to just get into the hamstrings. So again, don't go right behind the knee, really sensitive spot. So getting on the hamstrings, taking it a little bit side to side. And this is usually a really feel-good one as well. And there you go for legs. So that's foam rolling, the best massage you can give yourself when no one else can.